All right, so a couple of obviously the Lakers made a trade while I was gone. They acquired Dorian Finney-Smith.
Game-changing.
DFS, along with Shake Milton. Shake Milton, yeah.
Right.
So, and
you know why Shake Milton? Shake Milton's real name is Tariq. You know why they call him Shake?
God, I heard this. His dad's name something?
Is Milkman.
Milkman,
so
yeah.
He was a little kid. They called him Milkshake.
Yeah, there you go.
Got shortened to Shake.
So there's some other ideas floating around out there, Mychal, for a more major get. You're like rolling your eyes at DFS,
Yeah,
but
if it's
okay.
major, now you got my interest.
Okay, so this is one trade. This is coming from Eric Pincus, who's a good
Saw Eric
NBA
last
guy.
night at the game.
Now, any major trade, you got to give up Austin Reaves.
That's the first people they asked for are Austin and Dalton Connect.
Okay, wait for this one.
All right.
Trade is with Utah.
Okay.
Lakers get Walker Kessler. Utah gets Christian Wood. Removal of a top 4 protection on the Lakers' 27 first-rounder and their 29 first-rounder. So,
and the money works?
The money works.
Kessler's young, but
he's
slow.
young.
I would do that deal.
I would do that deal too. I don't know if Utah would,
Yeah.
but I would do that deal.
You
want the big one?
Sure.
Okay. Here's the big one.
That's not even a mediocre one.
Lakers get De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, now you're talking.
Sacramento Kings get Rui, Austin Reaves, Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, 29 first-round pick, 31 first-round pick.
Wow.
For De'Aaron Fox.
Forget it.
Numbers
I
work.
wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
Mychal, would you?
Oh, boy, I love De'Aaron Fox, but, boy, that's a lot to give up for
It's
him.
a lot to give up.
Yeah,
That's a ton
I don't
of
think
stuff.
I would do it.
Ton of stuff, John.
Let me keep either Austin or Connect, but not both, and then I'll consider it. But if it's as is, the trade
you would say no.
I'd say no.
Bergman, what would you say?
So the only thing that's weird about it is that De'Aaron Fox has one more year on his contract, and then he's unrestricted. So you're not guaranteed.
Yeah, but it's the same. That was the same way they got Anthony Davis. If you trade for De'Aaron Fox, you're keeping him.
Sure, yeah, he's 28. All these other guys are still young. As you constructed it, I would not do it. That's
You would not do
way
that.
too
So none
much.
of us would, right?
Nobody would.
I like it, but that's giving up too much.
Boy, I tell you, it's a pretty good big three.
So, if you're Sacramento, you do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, did you put that Jimmy Butler clip in?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask you guys something. So Jimmy Butler last night looked off. Like his body language was weird. They were all his teammates. Miami was in a close game. All his teammates were standing up on the bench and cheering, and Jimmy was just kind of sitting there, not doing anything. And last week, Pat Riley came out and said, hey, we normally don't comment on stuff like this, but these rumors have become so bothersome that I'm just going to come out and tell you right now, we are not trading Jimmy Butler, period. Then last night happens, the Heat lose. I don't know if Pat can hang on to that position after hearing this from Butler. Here's Jimmy last night after the game.
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, off the court. But I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop. And I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Mason, can you keep him?
No, can't do it.
No, definitely not.
Can't do it.
But Michael, you love Coach Riley.
Yes.
He came out the other day and said, we are not trading Jimmy Butler. Isn't this a game of chicken between Jimmy and Pat?
You got to follow the Jerry West, was it MO or whatever? It says, if you're not happy here, let me know and I'll get rid of you.
Right.
That's if a guy.
I'm surprised because you normally take the other side. You say, we have you under contract, go pound sand.
Correct. Look, in many cases, but the team is not as good as I expected them to be, and I can see why you would want to make some changes. So I understand from the Heat perspective what it would take to make a deal. If Jimmy wants out, I think you say go.
If your best player's coming in, he's acting like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. You know who Eeyore is? The donkey?
Yeah, he's the donkey,
I know who he
right?
is, but why
How
do
does that
why
tie
do
in?
He's always like, oh, woe is me.
Woe
okay.
is me.
Yeah, Jimmy is kind of doing a little of that.
You look like him.
Pepe, would you trade him?
Of course.
Even though you've already come out. Even though he's playing chicken with Pat Riley.
I know, but I mean, he doesn't want to be there. I agree. I mean, you don't want to be here. We're going to trade you, and we're going to get you to the worst team.
Well, what I always say in these situations is we're getting the best return for us. I don't care where you go. But here's the question I want to ask you guys. I really like Jimmy Butler. I always have.
So do I. He's tough.
I think he's a gamer. He's tough. He's led that Miami team to 2 NBA Finals when nobody predicted they would make it there. Ended up losing once to the Lakers and once to Denver. But he's a really good player. But, and Mychal, I'm particularly curious what you think about this because I don't want to come off as insensitive because, I'm a Jimmy Butler fan. But what are you talking about, man? Finding your joy. You get paid $50 million a year, and you get to live in Miami and play for Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. If you can't find joy in that, I mean, Mace, if I was going to make a list of the places I'd want to play, LA 1, Miami 2.
Right.
And no player is bigger than the game.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy is I think he's playing this wrong.
I think he wants out. I don't know how you play it except I want out.
Yeah.
But every time he's gotten out, he's gone to a better situation. Like he did this in Minnesota.
Yep.
They traded him to Philadelphia. Philadelphia had a really good team. Then they did, for some unexplained reason, gave Tobias Harris money and let Jimmy go to Miami.
Yeah.
And then he put that team on his back. So but Pepe, he's 35.
I know.
And if he can't be happy there.
Because they're spoiled. Because these guys are spoiled, John.
Right. But why would I want him?
But wait a minute. Sometimes you get sick of where you are. Sometimes it's no fun anymore.
See, I would.
Well, I don't know what it's like to play in that organization. I mean, heat culture and all that stuff. I don't know exactly what that means. They're strict.
No nonsense.
Maybe he wants to go out and, as he said, find his joy and ball a little bit.
Mychal, if you had done that when you were with the Lakers or with Portland or whatever.
Portland, because I wasn't good enough to do with the Lakers, but I was like one of the main guys in Portland.
If you were to do that, what would it say in your time?
In my time, they would have got rid of me if I was grumpy. And
Mychal, that's what you think is going to happen here? Do you think Pat will reverse and trade Jimmy?
Yeah, if he doesn't want, like Pepe says and Mace says, if you don't want to be there mentally, you've already checked out. You're hurting the team.
And in basketball, it's harder to say go pound sand, Mace, because one player can bring down the whole boat.
Absolutely.
Is he clutch?
I don't think so. No, I don't think he's a clutch guy. He was part of that starting five, and he came off very likable. And like I said, he's a gamer, man. He comes up big, and he put that team, that Laker team that won the bubble title, nobody took him to even 6 games except for Miami, and that's because Butler basically won 2 games by himself.
If you're a title contender.
But that was 4 years ago, Pepe. He's 35 now.
Who should trade for him if they're a title? They're close to a title.
If I had to guess, I've got 3 likely destinations for him. The first one is it's not working in Sacramento. So what I would do is trade DeMar DeRozan and somebody else like Kevin Huerter and 2 number 1s to Miami for Butler. Then you put Butler in the DeRozan spot, and you have Butler, De'Aaron Fox, and Sabonis. What do you think?
What about Fox for Butler? Butler and say a young player on Miami. Try to make.
You'd have to give him Hero. There's no way they're taking De'Aaron Fox Sacramento.
If he's gonna go to Sacramento,
okay, that's number 1.
What about Golden State?
Number 2 is Golden State.
Yeah, Golden State,
because you can give him Kuminga, and he's the same age as Steph.
Yeah,
you can give him Kuminga, you can give him Pajemski, and a couple of picks, and that might work. And then the other place, Mychal, and we're going to see these guys on Tuesday.
More salary.
Dallas. Yeah, because Dallas has a lot of tradable contracts.
They got 2 ball stoppers already. You don't need a third one.
But Jimmy will do whatever. He's a good defender. He's,
Yeah.
By the way, Butler, Luka, and Kyrie
with Clay
is pretty dynamic.
But Dallas would have to go some picks. Let's see, to make the salaries match.
If I
PJ
was
Washington.
Well, and the other thing is, you know who they would insist on is Derek Lively.
I wouldn't trade
brand new note in. Dallas Mavericks, according to Brett Siegel, NBA. No interest in pursuing Jimmy Butler.
Okay, there you go.
So,
which means they're after him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That means they're zeroing in on Jimmy Butler.
Another conspiracy by Pepe.
No, and they always said that.
He's on a roll.
Nobody comes and said, "Yeah, we're going to get him." No, they said, "I don't care." And tomorrow he will be in Dallas.
All right,
la-di-da.
La-di-da's right. Coming up.